Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm on here today a bit late, I'm sorry, to do some work on our book pages. I am really sorry, but I have been really sick and now I'm starting to get better. Okay, yesterday I was going to do this and I started to do it and well, everything just was weird. I've stopped coughing as much and I've got some flu virus, and it was either going to be a 10-day one or a 3-week one. Well, I'm going into my 3rd week, so I didn't get the lucky 10-day one. But anyway, so when I did the last page, obviously I wasn't well because it was of what I was going to put on it. Now what can I say? Let me see. What did I do with what I was going to put on it? Because it just was not right. See, I did this. That's not happening with what I'm doing, is it? It's just definitely not happening. Okay, so what is this pink on the end of here, I wonder? That might have been on that thing, because I think somebody, what's her name, Grace, died that, but anyway, it'll be fine. So that was not what we wanted to put on there, is it? So I went and had a look in my books. I've got this really neat paper pad. My good friend Elaine sent me this. She said she had enough, and oh dear, it's so nice. It's got such beautiful pictures in it, so I'm going to be using a bit of that. Oh, well, so far I've used a tiny bit. So I showed you on this here not a little envelope, it's a large envelope that I made, because the last one I thought I did, it was really small on the last page I made, but I did this so you could see it. Now I started off putting white around there. No good, you couldn't see it, so like I said, I'd have brought out something, put some yellow, you pick up one of your colours in there and you bring it out like with that. It does make a big difference. Your little birdie sitting here on his own, or with the yellow around him. I think you can see that it does make a lot of difference. And anyway, so that's what I did. I was working up around here and I tore it. Now instead of going all crazy and throwing it in the bin, I put some more serviette thing in under there and put some of this, this bit of this sticky glue stick stuff under it. Made sure all these were stuck down, and I'm still thinking they're still flipping about a bit, and I decided just to put a little bit of lace across there instead of sewing it, so why should we push that? And now I can't see my bird head, so I'm going to cut that off just in line with it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we don't have the frilly bit on the lace. It's just there for, and that doesn't look too bad, and you can still see the little bird's eye. Okay, now I'll just move this one out of the way. I've actually put hello on that. I hadn't done that previously, but that's the first page. So I'll put it over there because I can work on this one now. I've actually put on some lace because I wanted a lace background. I've got my envelope. I went and I found a couple of pieces out of that book that have things on it that I quite like. This is going to be, if I can get this from out from under here, my it is a crocodile thing. I'll make a hole in here. I'll find the biggest size here. I'm going to make a hole over that where that is. See? Isn't this amazing, this thing? That was the best thing I ever bought me, that. One of them. I say that about everything I own is my best thing. Everything's my best thing, so this is one of my best things. Okay, so I'm going to put a hole in that because I want to put that. I'll have to show you this. Okay, keep bringing this page back onto in here, don't we? I have a little saying on there, right? Choose your best life. Okay, and I've put that in a little pocket which I made out of lace. Now we can do that if you want to. I'm going to probably do something like that. Now around here, this is going to be around this piece now, right? not this one, not that one. It's not me. That's not me thing. so on the back of this, I need a backing of a piece of card stock, which I should have a piece handy, but you know how that is. I thought I was all ready to go. Okay, so something that's not too... I've got green. Not actually cardstock, this is paper. I've got this piece. This is quite nice, isn't it? I might put this behind it. Cut this out up here. This is to make this thicker so I can sew around, okay? Now I showed you how to sew around there, and that'll be the same as what you're going to do for this piece. So I'm just going to cut this out. I'm not going to actually sew around this today because I don't want to make this go too long, and I want to do a bit more do a bit more work, you know, get something more a bit done on here to show you how we're going along with the page. Okay, now I've got glue stuck all to me because I was right. Now that feels a bit better. That looks nice for me to use to put in on the page like so. And then I'm going to make a flower, and I'm going, look at this, isn't she cute? I'm going to put her on there somewhere. Here's my envelope here, and maybe I'll shift this over a bit because down here I can have my pocket with my ticket in it. Okay, so this is what we're doing right now. I've got these beads. Oh, gee, sorry about this glue thing. I'm going to get the glue off me. I try really hard, you know, but it's just, it seems to be just still hangs on, doesn't it? I have got some really sheer ribbon, right? Now this is, oh, you can pick this up, you know, for a roll of it really cheap. If I fold it up, you can see that it's mauve. Now I've also got these dear little wooden beads. I love texture and different things going together on things, so I can't actually put that down yet because I need to glue it to there after I've crocheted around there. So let's work out. I'm going to start, if I put that there, I'll put a pin. Now you'll have yours done, you know, the one you're making. I'll put a pin there and probably bring it down to here. What I'm going to do, it's quite simple. It's something the same as what we did. Oh well, it's not exactly for the front. So I threaded that through there, and I might just put it back through the ribbon itself like that. See what I did? I threaded the needle into the ribbon. Okay, now I'm going to start on the front here. That's don't come undone. I'm thinking about making a little bit of a whatever at the beginning of it, just to see what it looks like. Actually, that's going to go on the top of there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down through. I don't want to go through the material. Do I want to go through the material? I don't know. Let's try and see if it'll go through the material, because it's very thick and it's really hard to do, and you don't want to be having to use the pliers, which is going to happen in a minute if I keep this up. Okay, so I've got it fastened on. Right, now in the previous one that I did, I used a screwed up sort of look, circle round, and I made a flower that I sat on the edge of that. Okay, now I can't do that this time because I've been bad and I haven't finished that. Well, I haven't been sick, so what I'm going to do is I'll come back later and I'll put a little flower on the corner of this here. Okay, so now I'm just going to thread this little bead on here. And because this is nice and, oh well, seems to be wide-ish, okay, that's going to work okay, right? But I mean thick. If you can get a wider one, you know, because it'll only go down a certain, now thread another one on, okay, thread another one on, and we want this to just come down here in a nice. Now for around the edge of this, I'm going to have to come up with just the right colour. around there. You know, you need the right colour. Now there's 3 of them, but I can use a few more. Let's put a couple more on. Do 5. Don't do even. The eye doesn't like even numbers, and it doesn't like one thing, okay? That's how the world is. I just, you know, I just put that out there. It's to do with nature or something. But anyway, so that's maybe a little bit further up that way. That can go a little bit further. That can go a bit further. That one a bit further up there. And now we've got this lifted up accidentally. Fix that down. This is just a way for decorating, and this is what I, you know, just really enjoyed doing this when I was making these pages. Sat out there for ages in the lounge room, just working away on them to make something that was really interesting. Now, we're going to have this part will be here. Right, so that's there. Pocket's going to be here. So I'm bringing this down here because I need to put my flower on too. I'm going to make a little flower in a second. I'm going to bring that down a little bit further. I'll take it that way. I'm going to take it out around there, I suppose. And pocket. And another lace one over there. Let me see. We've got to use our imagination. Hang on a second while I find a piece of lace to make a pocket with, and that way we'll be able to see where we're going. Righto, I've got little boxes of bits of lace around here that I was collecting up so I could make things. That's not a very deep piece, I don't need that. This other box here. Just hang on there a second, I'll be back in a minute. Just going to see what I can find here that's pocket-like. This would be if I made it in half. If I cut it in half. I don't know if I want to do that. I've got 2 there. That doesn't mean I want to cut it in half, does it? What about this piece? Look at this. It might look nice. There's a pocket. It goes down in there. It's a bit fidgety. You want your pocket to be... I'm going to use it. I'm going to put something behind it. A piece of white something or other. Okay. Cream, white. So this is a piece of muslin or something I've got here that I really didn't want to use for anything. I'm keeping it, I'm saving it for something. I don't know what. It's all in the plan there somewhere though. But it'll work really well. And this will stop the everything from getting caught up in the lace when you're pushing it down in there. Okay, colours look good, don't they? Right. I'll trim this back a bit. Now when I sit this on here, sorry about that, I'm just trying to level it up, so I just want to cut that level so I can glue it on, and then I'll put something very fine. So you know what, we might be taking this little bloke off yet. He could be too big, but he's there in the plan somewhere. He could have been in the plan, because I want to be able to put that into there on a string. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down here, and I'm going to take that off there and just leave that. Now I need to get some control the glue pots on it. It'd be good. I was going to use some tulle to make a flower, but I can use, because it's over the other side of the room, I've got a couple of things up there that I need to get down, and I can't reach up there at the time being, so I'm going to use some of this I don't know if I want to use this really pinky thing, I don't know, or this apricot one to make a flower. I'll just show you how to just make this one I'll do today. If I muck this up again, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the best I can with the resources that I have, and I'm good. Nobody worry, I'm all right. I'm just a little bit stressed because I haven't been able to put this up for you, and I really want to. I sit there and I watch everybody else doing it. Actually, I haven't been able to sit there, and next thing you know, I've got my head down underneath my shawl, snoring away, or what. Jeremy will come in and go, Sonia, what are you doing? Just napping a bit there, dear. I have to. I'm just so tired. I've been so tired. I hope nobody out there gets this, because it's a nasty thing, but your body's just got to deal with it. They say they can't do anything to you can't do anything to fix it, because it's just something you got to go through. If you get it, there's nothing they can do to stop, like, fix you. You just got to deal with it yourself. I've been had to take some Ventolin puffers there for a while, but now I'm okay. I haven't had them for about 3 days, so that's good. I can breathe now. Oh, there goes me needle. That's the one with the. Never mind. That's the one. Okay, I'll get that later. I've got something down on the. I think I've got my overlocker under the table and it's jobbing me in the leg. Now, we're going to make a flower, which is really easy, but tulle would have been good, but I can do it with the lace, the ribbon. You can do it with whatever you want to do it. You need about 20 centimetres of ribbon, and I've got a truckload of it here. It just depends how wide your tulle is that you're going to use, or your ribbon. If you do a couple of knots, and then when you start off at the beginning of it here, you want to. I like to turn mine over, so I've got a lot of security there, and I like to do a couple of stitches because this is very fine, and the tulle will do the same thing, come undone on you if you don't get hold of it really good. Sorry. Now we just want to go around and gather this up, and I'm thinking I should have turned it up a tiny bit further. Let's go a tiny bit further, because I don't want it to be too big. So, and this is pretty wide, so you just want to turn that up and go around along the edge in this straight stitches. Don't do them too big. I think I might have got a bit carried away there. I might have did it a little bit too big, because you want it to squish down really tiny, like, you know, each little pleaty thing. I explain things well, don't I? Sorry about that. I did a video yesterday of me showing you some of my books. Now, I don't know if I want to put it up or not, because I didn't feel very well and I had to go. I don't know whether I should put it up or not, because I was going to do this then and I couldn't deal with that. I just had to go and lay down for a while. But anyway, it's all good. It's all slowly. Progress is slow, but I'm getting there. Getting better. It's horrible to be sick. It really is. Everybody would agree with me, I'm sure. If there's anybody out there like to be sick. I told my daughter I was feeling sorry for myself and everything, and she said, Mum, that's not going to get better. Which is really good for your youngest baby to tell you that, because I probably said that to her many times. Get up out of that, Ellie, you know, shake it off. Not very good mothering, but you know what? Sometimes we can dwell on things a bit. If we, you know, it's good to get ourselves moving if we can, you know, moving if we can. I used to say go and rest, but you can do that too. But I think, you know, you've got to have things on your mind besides how bad you feel, because that'll wreck your life. Anyway, I tightened that off and finished it up, didn't I? So I didn't even tell you to do that, but you might have not seen it because I don't think I was in the camera shot, but I just ended that off and joined it, like, you know, back and fixed that up so it'd stay stuck there. Okay, now whatever flower you want to use, I put one of those, oh dear, where are they? Oh, it's got a little flower bud in it. It's a little flower with a little flower inside that little flower. So what have you done with your little flowers? I am trying to find a little flower here, Sonia. Little flower. Oh, crikey. Got a big one. That's no good. Nobody a bit too excited yet. We'll find something, maybe. Oh gee, I'm not looking in the little flower plate because I don't think I've got one yet, like a little flower plate. Any blue in this? I don't know. It doesn't look too bad. Wait a minute. Now, as usual, I mean, this could turn itself off, but then you'll know that I'm finished. Oh, it's been running long enough. I'd like to get a chance to say that I'll be back after or whatever they would. So I'll try not to fiddle around for too long. Sorry about that. Look at that. See what a difference it makes, doesn't it? Isn't that pretty now? Alright, so I'm going to put some glue on this. Actually, I want to put a piece of paper or something behind it because I want it to stick to the thing being what I'm making here. And if you haven't got something behind it, it might not glue on, you know, good enough. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So let's just do this bit. It's a piece of paper, just anything. You can put a circle behind it, whatever you want to, so you get all your pieces there. And like I always say, don't do what Sonya does. And well, you can, but if you want to be, I try not to be too slap happy with things, especially when I'm showing people how to do stuff. You should teach them the right way, shouldn't you? You don't want to be mucking that up. So this is a little piece of one of those rose things there that I'm putting on that. Okay. And then I've got this really nice glass button that I'm going to put in the middle of that. Because if you could see my room, you'd understand why we have to use what we've got handy. Come on, this is not coming off there. Come on, get off me. Get off. Got it. Oh dear. I want to push that in there. I never took the shank off that, which, you know, that piece underneath. I'm going to keep it on there. It might actually pick up a bit of glue and hold on to it, you see. So, now I feel really happy with the goings on here, how I'm dealing with this. Now, when I go to sit this down, I'm just going to put a bit of glue under each of those little beads, right? Now, if you haven't got the little beads like that, you don't have to have them. You can put whatever sort of beads you want to on them. I just like to put, like I said, I like the different textures together when I do things. So I'm going to put some glue on the bead, because that way you know that you've got to go and put it in the right place, hopefully. And it's going to fly around and go all over the place. So that would be a good idea, maybe if I had used a glue gun in that way. You know, it would have been a good idea. I'm going to put some glue along a couple of these now, and then just place them where you want them to go. It's actually sticking to the lace and not the material, this one, the fabric. Okay. Now I'm going to put a very pale apricot probably on this colour, I'm thinking. And then this will go up underneath the flower, so you won't see the end of it. Alright, it's disguised under there. I don't know. Everything's not dry, and if you're doing it, please just wait a little tiny minute until it dries for you, so it'll look properly. And I'm hoping that that looks okay. It gives you an idea of what to put on your page. Now I'm going to make a smaller one of these little envelopes like I've got on the original page, because I think that's way too big, and I want to crochet around here. I was going to go and land that there, but that didn't happen that way, did it? It just went where it wanted to go. So we'll put this down. I wonder how much time we got left. Let's have a peep. Oops, let's have a peep at the camera. Oh, time's nearly up, so I'm going to have to go, and I want to come back and show you more progress on it. Okay, so I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.